lot easier for me. My name is Sharon Orbach Zinger. I am the head of obstetric anesthesia in a hospital in the center. I treat for a living women who have obstetric complications. That's what I do. Every day, every month, for 20 years already. It wasn't supposed to happen to me. I wasn't supposed to have an obstetric complication. Other people have obstetric complications. I treat them. It wasn't supposed to happen to me. And suddenly, when I was pregnant, in an uncomplicated pregnancy at 27 weeks, my water broke and I was rushed into an emergency cesarean section. And then the baby didn't breathe and they had to do a full resuscitation in the cesarean section. And then they took him off to the neonatal intensive care and he had a massive, massive brain bleed. And my doctors, who were all my friends, who studied with me in medical school, said, look, Sharon, you already have some kids at home. Your kids are healthy. The kid has no prognosis. He's gonna be a vegetable. Just leave him here. We'll put him in a home or some kind of institution. Go home and forget that you were ever here. And I have to say, I really thought about it because everyone said he was a vegetable. His brain looked like Swiss cheese. It was terrible. And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I said, okay, I'm not gonna do it. God gave him to me for some kind of reason. I'm gonna take him home. And I read and I read and I read, what can I do? And there wasn't much to do, but there was one article that talked about brain plasticity, which means the more you work with a kid, the bigger his brain gets, the more neural connections he has. So I said, okay, that's what we're gonna do. And we started giving physical therapy and more physical therapy and occupational therapy and speech therapy and any kind of cognitive therapy we could find. We did it for all hours of the day, all the time. That's what we did. There was always a joke. I did it all the time when he was awake, but I'm an anesthesiologist, so for me awake means breathing. So anytime he was breathing, which was all the time, we did therapy. And suddenly we saw improvement. It was actually not so suddenly, but slowly. Slowly we would go back to the doctor and the doctor would say, oh, that's strange. And he would start doing things. He started to crawl and he started to smile and he started to look and he started saying things. And then he would say, he sang, Old MacDonald had a farm, and we did really good things, and everyone's looking at us going, oh, we didn't think that could happen, and we're progressing, and we're really, really, really happy. And then something happened. We ran out of money. So I want to explain to you that I'm a physician. My husband is a computer programmer. We make good salaries, but the relationship, but what a normal person earns and what a kid's CP costs, there is nothing to be said. For example, if Netanel needed special night splints, okay? Night splints so that when he sleeps, the movement of his legs will be in a correct position. That's 5,000 shekel. Splints for the day, that's 10,000 shekel. Shoes for the splints are 500 shekels. The shoes need to be replaced every month. Every therapy per day is 400 shekel. Occupational therapy, 400. So it's about 10,000 to 15,000 shekel every 2 weeks, not including all the equipment, which costs more. And we did a second mortgage on our apartment. I sold my car. We went through it, all our funds, and there was nothing left. And then we decided, okay, we were about to raise our hands, and then we said, okay, we're going to ask someone for help. Now I have to say, to ask for charity is a very, very, very humbling experience. I hope no one has to be in this situation. Very, very humbling. But I started calling institutions. I started calling lots and lots and lots of charities, and it was turned down by everyone. One person said I made too much money. One person said I gave too much therapy. One third person, I remember saying, because you're a crazy mommy is not my problem. And everyone said no. And finally, I found one little in the internet, something called Karen Malki, and I said, well, I'll give it a chance. And I called and I spoke to Arnold Roth's wife, who happened to answer the phone, and I started to cry. And I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried, and I don't know what she heard, but there was a pause at the end, and she said, you know, you're a great mommy, and we would love to help you. And you are a great mommy has stayed in my mind and in my heart for the longest of time, and I will take it with me until I die. Because being a a mommy to a kid with CP is one of the most lonely experiences ever. You're alone. It's like you're sinking in an ocean, in a very, very dark ocean, and you have no arms and no hands, and it's very cold. And suddenly someone said, hey, I'd be happy to help you. And every month since then, and it's been 12 years, I've gotten a check from Karen Malki. And even more important, every time they say, oh, that's great, Sharon, that's great. And they always ask how he's doing, and they're always there, and they're always helping. And no matter what I ask, wow, that's such a good thing. So I'm going to make it short. 12 years has gone by. Netanel is now 14. He walks with crutches. He studies in a regular school. He is at the top of his class in Torah and Mishnah. He wants to be a lawyer, but no one's perfect, and we're trying to change him to be a doctor. And there's not one day that doesn't go by that I don't say thank you to Karen Malki for helping me. Karen Malki brought me back my dignity. It brought me back my family, and it gave me a son. So thank you very much. Have a good day.